The 30 nominees for the Ballon d'Or of 2024 have been revealed, and for the first time since 2003, neither Messi nor Ronaldo has appeared. By the way, in this list of 30, none of them have already won the trophy. We will therefore have an unpublished winner on October 28th. Well, in this video, I will reveal to you, for me, what will be the top 10 of the Ballon d'Or of this 2023-2024 edition. To start this top 10, I sell in 10th position Florian Wirtz, the German attacking midfielder of 21 years of Bayer Leverkusen. Last season, at the club, under the orders of Xabi Alonso, he definitely exploded at the highest level. In terms of his statistics, it's very clean. He has played 49 matches in which he scored 18 goals and delivered 20 assists. He obviously wins the Bundesliga with the famous epic of the Invincibles, as well as the German Cup. Unfortunately, in the club, he failed in the Europa League final. He was an inch away from a historic triple, who might have put him higher in this ranking, but no. But hey, it's okay. He was able to comfort himself because Florian Wirtz, he was elected best Bundesliga player at only 21 years old. In terms of selection, we're not going to lie. He didn't make a big Euro, but he didn't make a bad Euro either. He scored a goal in the opening match against Scotland, as well as the equalisation against Spain, which unfortunately will not be enough for the team to prevail. In short, in the end, it's a crazy season for Florian Wirtz. In 9th place of my ranking, we find the crack Phil Foden. For me, it's simple. Last season, it was him, the best offensive player of Manchester City. He almost never hid himself in the big games. Winner against Manchester United, Tottenham Villa, or even Real Madrid in Bernabeu Champions League. He took a new dimension last year. He made his best statistical season with Manchester City by scoring 27 goals and delivering 12 decisive passes in 53 matches. Winner for the 6th time in his career in the Premier League, he received for the first time the title of Player of the Year PFA and FWA 2PL, a reward that crowns the immense talent of the English genius. He is also part of the UEFA team of the last Champions League as a right-handed player. Well, just that. But the little stain on his exceptional season in the club is the selection. He totally misses his Euro with England, which costs him a higher place in the ranking. In 8th position, Lautaro Martinez. At 27 years old, he has definitively confirmed his status as top number 9. Serie A's best scorer for the first time in his career with 24 goals. He won the title of Calcio player and succeeded the Georgian Kvaratskhelia. But where Argentina scored points this season, it's with the La Albiceleste. El Toro, who had disappointed individually during the 2022 World Cup, had to redeem himself. And with this Copa, he gave the hangers on to Law by taking his selection. With a reduced Messi, a less sharp Di Maria, he took the lead and scored 5 goals in 6 matches, who offered the victory in the final in overtime against Colombia. 21st year 2 years ago, 20th last year. If there is a season he deserves the top 10, it is this one. 7th place, Kylian Mbappé. Well, where to start? It is true that the kicks this year he lived a more complicated season than some. His Euro failed with the Blues. His few PSG struggles. This is not the season where he deserves the most beautiful ranking. Nevertheless, even in a season where he's not as good, Mbappé remains Mbappé and the scoring machine doesn't move. With PSG, it's 48 matches, 44 goals, 10 assists. I don't even know what to say. The stats are crazy. He places the bar so high that we still want more. He finishes best League 1 scorer for the 6th time in his career and best player for the 5th time. He walked one last time in the French Championship. He also finishes as the best scorer in the Champions League. I think it's important to notify him. Well, in the end, not too bad for a missed season. In short, it will only be 7th place in my ranking. For Kylian Mbappé, hoping that the Neo-Madrilen is a little higher next year. 6th place, Lamine Yamal. Well, if I had been told a year ago that I would put a guy who is not even a majeur in the top 10 of the Ballon d'Or, I would have thought I was crazy. But I don't think I'm crazy. But no, I'm not. It's just that in front of us, we have an UFO that shows an overwhelming precocity. becoming a starter on the right wing of Barca very quickly in the season. His talent has jumped into the eyes of the general public. How long has it been since we discovered a young prodigy so strong, so seductive, quite simply? After about 30 titularizations at only 16 years old with the Blaugrana, he scored 7 goals and delivered in 9 decisive passes, any competition confused. But we will not lie to ourselves, those who make his 6th place in this ranking. It's not FC Barcelona, but the Euro 2024 with Spain. Best young player, best crossbar, and credited with the most beautiful goal of the competition, with this legendary shot against the Blues. He has definitely exploded in the eyes of the world. I think he totally deserves this 6th place in this ranking this year, and given the talent of the kid, he deserves it. He might make a lot of them in his career, the top 10 Ballon d'Or. 5th, Toni Kroos. His elegance, his class, his mentality, it's already missing in football, but for his last season, he offered us a last partition of great quality. Author of an exceptional season with Real Madrid, winning the Liga, the Champions League, or even the Super Cup of Spain, he proved that even at 34 years old, he was far above the water in his midfield record. Well, we know to be a candidate for the Ballon d'Or, Toni Kroos had to win the Euro at home with the Mannschaft, and unfortunately, as you know, he failed in this last mission. Nevertheless, he deserves a beautiful 5th place, and I would add that today, this style of player is lost in current football. But we did enjoy Toni Kroos anyway, we really enjoyed it, and even if he didn't win the Ballon d'Or, I think he will have marked all our spirits, and we will remember him, and that's maybe the most important thing in the end. Carvajal, 4th, a right back, at the bottom of the podium of the Ballon d'Or. We're not going to lie, it's super rare. But if there is a year when there is a right back who deserves a 4th place in this ranking, it will be this year with Dani Carvajal. Like Kroos, he won everything with the White House last season. But what plays in his favour is that 1, he opens the score in the Champions League final against Dortmund, and 2, he wins the Euro with Spain. Everything related to his selection, his character, his abnegation, and his leadership were ultra important during the competition for the Spaniards, and at 32, he seems to be in the shape of his life. He never seemed so sure of his strength. Well, to finish, there is his former teammate Joselu, who wants to give him the Ballon d'Or. My Ballon d'Or? Carvajal without hesitation. He won all the titles last season, and started this season by winning the European Super Cup. In addition, he also won the European Championship, a competition during which he scored a goal, like he did in the Champions League final, and all of that as a defender. Playing as a defender at Real Madrid has a lot of merit and deserves to be recognised. Well, I heard what Joselu says, but nevertheless, no, I won't fall into the trap. I wouldn't give Carvajal the golden ball, but 4th place is already great, I think. Number 3, Rodri. 5th of the last edition, I think he can aim even higher this year with Manchester City. He wins the first league again and appears a second time in the first team. His passing quality, his ability to break the opponent's attacks, his vision of the game, simply the regulator of the City game. I think we can say it, he was shown to be the most important player of the Guardiola system last year. By the way, Pep is fighting for his player to win the trophy. Rodri deserves the Ballon d'Or. He has not only achieved an exceptional season, but also many great seasons. The previous season in the Premier League, but especially at the Euro, where he won with Spain. Well, it's good that the City technician tells us about the Euro, because it's pretty simple. Rodri at the Euro is the guy who was simply designated the best player in the competition. Well, just that. We knew it very well in the club, Rodri, but this year what he showed us is that even with his selection, he can be a boss. And that's why I think that this year, Rodri definitely deserves a place in the top 3 for the Ballon d'Or. Rare are the players who are able to adapt so quickly to Real Madrid and Jude Bellingham. He succeeded, and he is part of a very closed circle of players. A special season for him, however, because he discovered a new position with Carlo Ancelotti by being an offensive player in the Madrid system. But that didn't pose any problems for him. It's simple, 42 matches, 23 goals, and 13 decisive passes for his first season. In a major trophy, you can imagine that he wins the league, the Champions League, etc., but for once, he ends up the best league player in the world. But where Bellingham makes the difference this year, it's with England. Unlike Phil Foden, he supported his selection to the Euro in key moments. A goal against Serbia from the first match to take the victory. A legendary goal in the additional time against Slovakia with this comeback. And he also had a very nice performance in the final, despite the defeat, by offering this goal to Palmer. This Euro has proven that despite his 21 years, he was the new star of this English team. In short, what a season for Bellingham. And I think that if he had won the Euro, I would surely have put him the Ballon d'Or. But it's okay, he's only 21 years old, and I think that given his talent, he will have other opportunities to win the Ballon d'Or, and I have no doubt about it. Number 1, my golden ball of 2024, Vinicius Jr. Quite simply, the best football player on the planet last season. The new star of the Selecao has set an exceptional season with the Merengue. 35 titularizations, 24 goals, 11 decisive passes, stages that are worth the detour to become a left back. But Vinicius Jr., it's not just statistics, it's a show. It's dribbling, it's goals, it's a show. And the best player in the Champions League, winner in the final against Dortmund, the former Flamengo player, shining in the competition, described as the most difficult by many footballers. By the way, one of those who share this opinion on the Champions League, a certain Karim Benzema, a former teammate of Vinicius, gave his opinion and why Vinicius Jr. deserves the Ballon d'Or. For the Ballon d'Or, I'm going to say Vinny, because he deserves it for his season, and not only for what he did this year, but also for what he did last year. It's Vinny. He was above the law with his football, and what he does with the ball, he's a kid, he's a complete footballer, he can win a game all by himself, he's very good when Real Madrid needs him, and that's why I think he deserves it. He is always present, and he always shows himself up to the task. A player of great matches, a player who simply never hides, capable of destabilizing any defender, capable of making a genius move at any time. For me, it's simple, there is no debate. Vinicius Jr. deserves this year more than anyone else to lift the Ballon d'Or on October 28th. We're coming to the end of this video. Don't hesitate to give me your top 10 of the Ballon d'Or in the comments. And don't forget to like this video if you liked it and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And come on, see you next time for the next video. Come on, ciao everyone.